From Forbes breaking news, community members grill Mayor Eric Adams about more and more migrants coming to New York City.
Table number 9.
How are you, sir?
Good evening, Mayor. Thank you for being here in Woodhaven. So our question is this. Since City Hall is stating that the migrant influx is bankrupting the city, how come more and more refugees are being asked to come to New York City?
That's a good question. And as the migrants are bankrupting New York, they continue to give these people more and more stuff. And not only that, there is no sign of it stopping anytime soon.
Asked to come to New York City?
Coming to New York City, actually. Coming to New York City.
Okay.
Not asked, but coming to New York City.
Right, okay.
They kind of are being asked, though, right? Like all their sanctuary laws and, all the virtue signaling. We all remember the old tweet from Eric Adams that said New York City would remain a sanctuary city. And we all remember when Governor Kathy Hochul, Kickback Kathy herself, said that we will provide you with shelter and we will protect you.
We want people to come here, despite where they came from or despite the circumstances that drove them to this country and to this state. We say you are welcome here. We are welcome with open arms, and we'll work to keep you safe. We'll not only house you, but we'll protect you.
Okay, so one of the most
sorry, my apologies.
Okay.
Specifically, the 25,000 Haitian refugees.
That's a new one. I didn't even know they were receiving the Haitians already.
One of the first of all, I want to start on because this is a very important topic. First, no matter who we are, we have an immigrant origin, and the billions of dollars that the immigrant community puts into our city. Make sure.
And he knows, he got the memo. There is no difference between illegal criminal migrants who are shooting up Times Square and the people who have been in New York for decades, generations, and did it properly.
Our schools here.
And even there's them, obviously, but then you also have the more, I guess, innocent, shall we say, faction of migrants who may or may not be legal, but still did it a long time ago versus this new breed that we have now.
Our teachers, etc. There's a real rich culture we have when we talk about the immigrant population in our city, in our country. Migrants and asylum seekers are not undocumented. They were legally paroled in the city by the country.
Yeah, and that's constantly what they do. Same thing in San Francisco. Well, crime is down in San Francisco. Retail theft is down because nothing constitutes as a crime anymore, and there's no more retailers, so of course it's all gone down. And that's basically what he's saying here is that, yeah, they're not illegal. They're totally legal.
Custom Border Patrol on the southern part of our border. And they were legally paroled in. And so oftentimes people conflate the two between what's the terminology?
Illegal?
The what? Illegal or the whole.
Yeah, oftentimes people conflate the two. That's literally exactly what you're doing.
Right to stay in the city. That is for those who are undocumented. These migrants in the what? Sanctuary city. People conflate the sanctuary city conversation. The sanctuary city has nothing to do with the migrants and asylum seekers.
What? What are you talking about, bro? That's literally the reason they're all, getting on buses and planes and trains and going to New York. Bo Jiden himself is flying them, not to New York City specifically, but like upstate New York, and I don't think they care for that much.
Sanctuary city is if you're undocumented and you're here, you're not turned over to authorities. But the migrants and asylum seekers, the 180,000, are legally paroled into the country.
I doubt it. I haven't looked into this, but he's just blatantly lying, just telling you that all of the border crashers, we call them asylum seekers, so that's what it is now. They're no longer illegal, right? Because so says Eric Adams.
And what happened, people say, well, Eric, why don't you stop the buses from coming into the city? I can't. That's against the law.
He did try, though, right? You can only, pull up a bus at the at the terminal, the Port Authority, between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. or whatever it was. He tried to, and then they just went to Jersey and got on a train. It's only 30 minutes. He tried to stop it, but then at the same time, he's trying to claim that all these people aren't elite. It's all a complete mess, gaslighting nonsense, liar, loser, Mayor Eric Adams, completely evil. This is all by design.
Well, Eric, why don't you allow people to work who are here? I can't. It's against the federal law. I can't even allow the migrants and asylum seekers to volunteer and give them a stipend. The federal law prevents me from doing that also. Well,
yeah, I want to turn them all into citizens because New York has been hemorrhaging residents. So I want to turn them into citizens, but I just can't do that.
Eric, you're giving them more than you're giving every other New Yorker. That's just a lie. If you go to the Floyd Bennett Field, Randall's Island, people are sleeping on cots. Their restrooms are outdoors. Their showers are outdoors. They get
all of which has been given to them for free.
In the basics that we can give to people with a level of dignity that they deserve. And so we are handcuffed as a city on what federal laws require us to do and state laws require us to do. We're handcuffed. Now, when I go to the shelters and I speak with the migrants that are there, they're very clear. We don't want anything free from you. We don't want your food. We don't want your housing. All we want to do is work.
Well, they didn't want the food. They quite literally threw it out, but they're demanding. What are you talking about? They are demanding hotel rooms, and some of them are even saying, well, you want us to move to Floyd Bennett Field, another facility that you literally built for us, but we don't want to go there.
We are following breaking news out of Hell's Kitchen right now, where a group of migrants is refusing to leave a hotel on West 57th Street. The Watson Hotel is a men's-only shelter, and in a plan announced by Mayor Eric Adams last week, they are supposed to relocate to the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal, but many are refusing to go.
They're quite literally demanding everything for free, running roughshod over the regular New Yorkers, and then Mayor Eric Adams is here to tell you that not only are they not illegal, but they're also not asking for free stuff. That's literally all they do. They don't speak one word of English. Oh, dame dinero. That's all they know.
That's all we want. And no matter who we are, if your ancestors came here and they were told they couldn't work, we would not be where we are right now. And check this out, what a lot of people don't realize. Do you know we have thousands of Ukrainian citizens that are here? And you don't even see them. You know why you don't? They're allowed to work.
Oh, and it's probably because they're also not attacking residents and police officers and security guards. They're not doing any of that.
They've been incorporated into our city like every other group has been incorporated into it. And so what the real...
Like I'm trying to incorporate the rest of these criminal illegals. I want to do all that, but I just can't. Because of it's illegal. Yeah, of course, it's illegal. That's why you shouldn't be doing it. Manhattan, I mean, New York, as 8 million people, an 8 million person population a handful of years ago. It's probably closer to 10 or more than that now, considering all the illegals that they know about and don't know about.
Call is federal government, if you parole people into the city, give them the authorization to work so they can contribute to the city.
And who is this woman on the right here, just nodding her head? Yeah, we need to let more illegals in. They can pick the crops.
We have a shortage of workers in our country, and you see even in Florida, some of the farmers and the growers saying, why are you shipping these immigrants up north? We need them to pick the crops down here.
Clean the toilets.
Like they want to and like we need to. And here's the real irony. We need workers. We need lifeguard. We need food service workers. We need backstretch workers. We need nurses. Venezuela population, many of them are professionals.
Oh, yeah, the Venezuelan nurse population. All right.
Reporters, nurses. So we have all these jobs.
We need a complete underclass of people that are going to work for pennies on the dollar. How else is the political regime going to get ahead?
Available, and we have available population to work, and we are not allowed to let them work. That is what you call insanity.
This is wild. This is absolutely wild. The level of manipulation and gaslighting with these people is always just through the roof, which is why I, for the millionth time, And look, it's not hard to see. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, but bro, this is not about just helping people out. This is about the destruction of the country's largest city for political gain.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Next table.
Commissioner, if I can just add, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor, it's back here.
Oh, okay.
Commissioner Castro, I'm the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs Commissioner. Just wanted to add
Oh yeah, I'm part of the bureaucracy. There's like 30 people sitting at this table because it's such a complicated issue.
Mayor has been a big champion from the beginning to allow the migrants and asylum seekers arriving here the ability to work. And that's
they're gonna work. They're gonna deliver Uber Eats and somehow afford to put an entire family of illegals in a 1-bedroom that costs $5,600.
certainly what we all hear whenever we talk with the asylum seekers. They want to work, but they also ask us, what can we do while we wait here for our work authorization? They want to learn English. So today we announced a partnership with our New York City public libraries to offer English lessons to the asylum seekers who are here, because all they want to do is contribute. So while we wait for those...
That's just not true. There's story after story after story. It's huge news, nationwide, worldwide news. All the violence that these some, not all, are committing. But according to these folks, they just want to work. They just want to work. And even if they were given the ability to work, there's absolutely no way, with the 40 times, the identification, the proof of employment, the tax returns, that they would be able to get a place in New York City.
Una casa en United States.
In his most recent controversial TikTok video, Moreno is telling his followers to avoid living on the streets in the United States. They can, quote, invade empty homes and live there, saying under U.S. law, if a house is uninhabited, it can be seized, referring to squatting rights in our country.
There's no other way for them to conduct their lives in the country's most expensive city without committing crimes. It's not possible. Right? Like, so even if they aren't committing violent robberies, they have to steal IDs. They have to, fudge the numbers to deliver Uber alone, on top of the crime that they committed by first showing up illegally, which Eric Adams is just pretending didn't even happen.
Work permits, they're going to be taking classes so they can learn English and be ready for when they get the work authorization to work.
Yeah, they're going to take English classes between assaulting New Yorkers and police officers.
And contribute back to our city.
Right, and there's no, every day I'm around him, I'm reinforced on the beauty of the American dream. Here you have a young man came to the city with his mother as a dreamer, walked up through the system, and now he's my commissioner of Mayor Office of Immigrant Affairs. He's able now to ensure that everyone can pursue the American dream. He and I traveled together to Ecuador, Mexico, Colombia to see the pathway.
You didn't go to Venezuela though, did you? Did you touch down in Venezuela and see what was happening there?
Going through the Darien Gap with the understanding they may not make it out. When we went down to the border.
So don't go. Don't go through the Darien Gap if it's so dangerous. Don't swim through the river if it's so dangerous. Don't climb over or crawl under barbed wire if it's so dangerous.
And saw what happened at the border. 2 years ago, we traveled to El Paso together and saw what was going on at the border. And we said, listen, Washington, we got to fix this. Because this is a problem that's keep hemorrhaging. These cities, these countries are destabilized. Ecuador is dealing with a real drug problem that people are fleeing every day. And
yeah, those countries. Hold on. Those countries are destabilized. So we should take all of their people into this country so we can further destabilize New York and eventually the entire country.
We've never witnessed this in our hemisphere. Venezuela, we can have another 6-7 million people leaving Venezuela because of the destabilization that is taking place there, making their way up to New York. We just got a call early today. How many did we get in, DM? Yeah, we just got a plane, came in. The Texas governor sent a plane in today with buses. At one time, we were getting 4,000 migrants and asylum seekers a week. 8,000
Migrants and asylum seekers, both of them. Okay, right. Further muddy the waters.
every 2 weeks, 16,000 a month. That Deputy Mayor Wims Isom had to manage with Molly and her team because the law said that you must make sure when they come in by a certain period of time, you have to put them in housing. This is what we were up against in 22, folks. This is what we were up against. And then you look at other cities, people are sleeping in airports, hospitals, police precincts, sleeping on the street. You look at these other cities. These folks here managed this crisis, and history is going to be kind to us when they reflect on what we did in the city and what New Yorkers did in the city during this period of time. And
yeah, okay. So he's going to bat for the illegals, and let's never let this man live down the fireworks fiasco of 2020. A little bit of a different story, but gone are the good old days of classic American corruption and crime. Now we are trafficking people across the border and saying that, it's not illegal anymore just because we said so.
it was hard. It was hard. But we did it every night. 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, buses were showing up, and we were required to do what we had to do. Trust me, it was hard. And we took a lot of crap. But when people look on this period of time, they're going to realize this city stood up and this administration stood up.
It absolutely did not. It stood up by giving away free debit cards to migrants while they were at committee. I mean, look, one is too many. We know this. And you already have enough problems, right? All the subway system, this new guy who was running for governor or mayor a handful of times was attacking TikTokers. You already have a laundry list of problems, and you're going to add on top of that, well, we need to care for the migrants and asylum seekers. There is absolutely no way this boils down to just trying to help people. It's a humanitarian crisis. It is destruction by the regime and all of these political thugs.
Mayor Adams, if I may add.
Yes.
So 54 lawmakers, over 54 of us across this city, are so concerned about this influx of migrants coming here that we have called upon the federal government to take action. Because, Principal Singh, as you know, immigration is federally controlled. That's just the way it's set up. So I just want to commend you, Mayor Adams, and of course, Deputy Mayor, for all of your logistical work to
They haven't done anything. What are you thanking them for?
house all of these new arrivals. But we are really concerned as lawmakers across the city, and we're really calling upon the federal government to act and to take action to help New York City. New York City is so important to the whole state and to the whole country.
We just need more money. That's what it always boils down to. We need more money. We need more money from the feds to throw at these illegals.
So thank you for your work.
Thank you.
You like my hat?
Yes, I do. I thought it was going to say "Make America Great Again." But it got the right saying. It got the right saying. Take a picture of both of us. Stay focused, no distraction, and grind.
This is absolutely despicable. And, I guess in a weird way, Eric Adams is better than Bill de Blasio and sometimes makes a statement that, makes a little bit of sense. But for the most part, he is completely compromised and he is at the top of the ladder of the communist regime takeover.